Victoria Lopez, Tina Lumley, Rhea McDonald, Deidre McIntosh Brown. Okay. You're not in your usual spot. You threw me off. Okay. Alana McCardo. Oh, okay. Lena Nepolneski. Okay, I'm getting there. Solomon Prophet. Teresa Coles Ragan, sorry. Janara Ramirez. David Ratner. Mateen Sarsi. Veronica Savage. Jordan Scher. Shantae Styles. Francina Waring. Shanika Wilson. Alexander Hermes. Did I say the last name correctly? Alexander? Okay. I think we have quorum, but let me check one. We have quorum. Okay, we have quorum, Chair.
Point of order. You didn't call my name.
Great, thank you.
And I'm here also, Patricia Watler Johnson.
6:49.
And I'm here too, Clotilde Monguia.
Thursday, November 20th. We have a pretty full agenda, so we will get forward. Motion to adopt the agenda.
So moved, Ted.
Second. Okay, and a motion to adopt the minutes with any necessary corrections. And second, great. We have a presentation this evening from the Independent Budget Office. Ms. Lee is here, I believe. Thank you for joining us. Yeah. Can take it off, yeah, there you go.
Cool. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for having me. It's such a full house. It's nice to be here. I guess to begin, does anybody know who the Independent Budget Office is? Just show of hands who's familiar with our agency. Okay, a handful of people. That's nice. But here to speak to everyone else who's not familiar with us. So yeah, my name is Sinray. I'm the Community Engagement Specialist at the Independent Budget Office. Go to the next slide, please. Oh no, my click animations aren't working. Okay, never mind, but it's fine. So the Independent Budget Office is a nonpartisan city agency providing data-driven fiscal and policy insights into how New York City's government and services operate. So we are a city agency, the same as DSNY, NYPD, et cetera, but we are independent, as our name says, because we are nonpartisan. We're not affiliated with any administration. Our budget is a percentage of the Mayor of Office and Budget's Office of Management and Budget's budget, so we're kind of insulated in that regard. And our function is truly to provide data-driven insights into New York City's government policy, services, and the budget for everybody. So for community members, council members, and advocacy groups, etc. Next slide, please. How do we do this? So I'm just going to go through a few slides of what our work is. Firstly, our mandated reports is what we are is in the city charter that we are required to do. So if you guys, I know we have a few newer members I saw on your little pamphlet. So maybe you're not super familiar with the city budget process. So just a refresher for people who are not super familiar, the fiscal budget, the fiscal year doesn't run according to the calendar year. It starts in July. So the adopted budget happens in July, and that's the one that is the blueprint for the fiscal year. But before that can be adopted, there are a few drafts, so to speak, that's kind of like an update of where we're at in spending and revenue generation. a lot of words that I hope everyone is following along with. But essentially, we're a few months into fiscal year 2026, and IBO's charter mandate is to analyze the upcoming November plan firstly, which kind of just looks at where we are in terms of revenue expenditure with the city budget. And then, sorry, can you go back? Oh, that's strange. Oh, ghost slides. So that November plan, and then in January is the preliminary budget, which brings the following fiscal year into balance, and then in April the executive budget, which is really where we start seeing negotiations between City Council and the Mayor's office to lead up to the adopted budget. So basically, this is IBO's charter mandate. Move next slide, please. But apart from those budget analysis where we do our own forecasts of revenue and expenditure, we also publish reports year round. So we have a staff of about 50 analysts who look at top subject matters ranging from education, housing and infrastructure, public safety, etc. Essentially, if it has to do with the city and has data about it, we have access to it, and we are probably publishing reports about it. Some examples include Adult Protective Services, a report we just published on APS. Spoiler, there's a lot of demand and not enough staff. Why is that? You can go check out our report and understand why. Basically, retention is difficult. Another report recently is looking at climate budgeting, which is a new environmental protection mechanism that looks at capital budget projects and whether they align with the city's climate goals. Sorry, I'm like trying to think, is that a clever way to say that that makes it like, am I the only one understanding it when I say that? My bad. Basically, if you care about the climate, we're on it. And you should ask our analysts about anything that you're interested in terms of climate policy. The other thing was cooling centers. How NYC beats the heat. We looked at the distribution of cooling centers across New York City. Are you guys familiar with that program, the cooling centers program? Did you know that it's voluntary and it doesn't have any funding? Crazy. That's very cool. Yeah, that was not intentional. Yeah, so it's actually a voluntary program until recently, where they're requiring the city to invest more planning money into it. So our office looked at the distribution of cooling centers currently in relation to heat vulnerable populations as a planning document for policymakers. So there's just a few examples of reports we have. Also, recently we published a series on federal changes, local impacts, where we looked at aspects of the city budget programs policy that might be particularly vulnerable to changes at the federal level. So some examples, we looked at NYCHA, health and hospitals, Department of Education, and disaster relief. So all of this you can go on our website. And if any of these things interest you and you're like, oh, I have an advocacy issue that I'm working on and it sounds like IBO might have data about it, you can email us and we will be happy to talk to you about it. We also accept report proposals. Council members regularly ask us for cost estimates. And if you're a research institution, even if your committee of your community board is looking into something, we have written reports to answer their questions. Next slide, please. We also do deliver presentations. These are old now. Sorry, they've already passed, but we are having a Budget 101 training in December. If you want to know the date for that, because it's been rescheduled, I recommend you follow us on Instagram or join our newsletter, which the flyer over there has a QR code where you can do all that. We'll basically run through the whole city budget process, give you a few numbers. Actually, does anybody know how big the New York City budget is for one fiscal year?
A lot.
Our guys are right on point. You got some budget people in the house.
We have a deficit of 4.75 billion.
Oh, interesting. Because actually, New York City does not, it follows accounting principles, so there's no deficit. We're talking about the expense budget, because then there's also the capital budget. But I'm not going to get too deep in the weeds, because I might be saying things that people are starting to fall asleep. But if you want to know about it, I recommend that you come for our Budget 101 training. Apart from that, we also offer school budget workshops. So we have a very robust education analytics team. And we just published our education indicators that offered student demographics, principal demographics, school building analysis, and like where the AC is and what's going on. We did a special spotlight on students in temporary housing. And essentially, if you are having issues with your school budget and want to understand more, feel free to email us and our team will look at it. Otherwise, we also have some resources online, such as the Demystifying School Budget video series, where you can just follow along to see where all your budget documents are. And also NYC's budget in $100. So $116 billion, that's crazy, so much money. How are you gonna spend it? I don't know. Let's imagine it's $100 instead. That becomes more manageable, at least for me. I don't know about other people. We also offer Budget 101 classes for high school students. So if you are, if you want IBO to come into your high schools, or we have done graduate level students as well. We were actually just at Columbia. Yeah, drop us a line, send us an email. We're always happy to drop in on classes and spread budget transparency, for that is our function. Next slide, please. Oh yes, that's everything. So please pick up a flyer. And I have a question in the back, yes.
Yes, so I am very interested in having HPD funding inspected in some way because there are many officials from that agency that when I write, they always tell me they either don't work on the field or they're not in the office. That's their answer every time I email.
Interesting. So the question is, you're interested in looking into HPD funding.
It's second, I left when you were talking about the budget for the city, so I'm really interested in how much.
Oh, it's 116 billion for the expense budget, which is the budget that's used to pay for programs and services. And then for infrastructure, which is the capital budget, it's separate, and that is debt serviced. That is a very broad subject. If you just like, can you please look at NYPD and tell me what's good? We need more specificity. So if you have a specific question, I know you're interested in HPD, please send us an email and I'll forward it to our analysts and see what we got. Yes. We do use, so are you asking about open data like Beta NYC's? We do use open data, but we also have access to some information that's not public. Actually quite a lot. Has to do with like privacy issues, especially with, the only one that comes to mind is like student information. The question is, how long does it take to respond? It really depends. Firstly, on capacity. So right now, we're actually in our budget season because we are analyzing the November plan. So our analysts are super busy. If you had asked us a month ago, there had been more time. So capacity is one thing, and then to the complexity of the question. If it's just a question about what are the number of police officers receiving overtime, I don't know, last year, we can pull that up pretty easily. But if it's requires analysis, it might require like a fleshed out project plan where we discuss with you what data is actually available. The budget has its limitations, and we'll talk you through what we can see. Yes. That's a pretty good question. Are we a municipal version of CBO? I'm going to be completely honest. I'm not totally clear on CBO's function and therefore cannot speak to whether we are a one-for-one. We're kind of similar, but I think CBO might have more authority to direct budget spending. We are very much an overwatcher and data provider, information provider. We don't actually issue any recommendations or any opinions. No, we do not score. Yeah, if that's one of the CBO functions, it's not us. Sorry, do you have a question? So you're asking if you sent in a proposal and we generated analysis for you, whether you could credit us for that information. Yeah. So like I said, depends on the complexity of the question. If we actually need to do analysis and it's a whole research paper, we would publish that regardless of the results. We have had some instances where people ask us questions and they didn't like our answer, but we still publish it and we can take your name off it, or not mention that it was a request from so and so and so.
Which, this one?
Yes. I would say yes, we are a very reliable source. I hope that answers the question, but if you want to send us an email and clarify exactly, like, of course, if our analysts are sending you any information, all of that, can be made public. It's all backed by data, and we're happy to share our numbers. Yeah, I hope that answers the question.
Thank you, Ms. Lee. Appreciate it. Thank you. We might have you back at a later date.
Oh, sure. Sorry, that
Good information. No, very good. Very good. Okay, moving along is my chair's reports in your packet. I'll go through it kind of quickly. The first item in my report was 1727 Amsterdam Avenue. We've had several meetings through the board, outside organizations as well, to express people's feelings. We did a great public hearing. Thanks for all who attended and all those who helped us out. Just trying to make sure our voices are heard in the community and outside the community. I was at the borough board meeting this morning with 11 other chairs, and we spoke about housing in particular and our voices being heard, what comes into our community. So it's very important. Thank you to my public members. Liz is here today, and thank you to the public. I think there's about 25 people online that are very interested in this topic, and we have spoken quite a bit about it. And we've lost some people behind it, but they're still here with us, and we appreciate that. So we will have a resolution coming forward shortly regarding that, so hold on. Strategic Planning Committee, headed up by Chris Johnson and Dejan DePino, met for the first time this past month. They're looking at several issues I brought up to them. They have their own. We're also going to be looking at the bylaws through that committee as well, looking at best practices throughout the boards in this city, just to make some changes. I don't think change has been made in some time, so looking forward to that as well. Next thing, we have a fellow from, they'll be working with our Health and Environment Committee and also our Housing, Land Use, and Zoning Committee on a couple of issues. One will be density of supportive housing in this district, which would be great for what we're doing right now. Also, the affordability of new homes, buildings going up. How affordable? They all say affordable, but affordable for whom is always my question. It's a misnomer. Affordable for whom? If I'm a millionaire, then it's affordable. I'm just a working stiff, as they used to say, a city worker, like I was, it's not affordable most of the time. And stuff going up in our neighborhoods are often not affordable. They might take a percentage and say, oh, we're going to only take certain percent. Yeah, 80% is still very high. So they're going to be, the fellow from Columbia will be taking a look at that and giving us information that we could use going forward and right now as well. CB9 newsletter has started up again. I'm very appreciative of those working on that. I think we have copies here today and online as well, so that's a good source of information. I'm looking forward to having many articles in that as well. During the past few weeks, we've tried to publicize food pantries due to the shutdown. Many people were lacking food, families, federal workers in particular, and just in general, SNAP as well. So we try to publicize that, and we'll still be doing that. Even though the shutdown is over, it's going to take a while for people to get back on their feet. So we need to make sure people are eating properly. So very responsive to that, and just asking people as I see them in NYCHA developments, other places, how's things going, what's going on. So just trying to get a feel for that. I met this week with Marco from the Uptown Market. They're going to be doing some changes to the Uptown Market, and he wants us to be more involved. Our Economic Development Committee, our Youth Committee, and Arts and Culture in particular, trying to bring some of the local businesses to the night market, also getting young people more involved with it, and also the arts. I know our former member, Michael Palmer, did some work with him this year, so we're looking to do some more of that going forward. So hopefully it's a good relationship. I'm going to have him at one of our meetings and probably a couple of committee meetings as well. And that's my report for this month past. A lot going on. So moving on, the treasurer's report. Where, Deidre here?
Yeah.
Hi, good evening,
Oh.
everyone. Treasury report is in your packet.
Thank you. I should get a,
Good evening, everyone. The treasury report is in your packet.
thank you.
As you can see, this month, our expenditures were basically for office equipment, cleaning services, and that was it. Everything else is available. I want to thank the committee chairs and the public for participating in our budget, preliminary budget, and our district needs statement. Thank you all, you worked so very hard. We are sitting here just working on some last minute touches to submit. So thank you, wishing you all happy holidays. That's the treasurer's report. Thank you.
Thank you, Deidre. District Manager's report.
Good evening, all. In addition to my report, I have a few announcements to share with you. The MetroCard phase-out. As the MetroCard sales end on December 31st and the MTA transitions fully to tap and ride payment systems, you will no longer be able to purchase or refill a MetroCard after December 31st. However, existing MetroCards will continue to be accepted into 2026. The MTA recommends using any remaining value on your MetroCard before it expires. The expiration date is on your card. If you still have a balance after the expiration, you can request a transfer or reimbursement up to 2 years after the card's expiration date. You can contact the MTA or dial 311 for further information. Also, locally, the MTA reported that the 137th Street City College Station, the Uptown northbound elevator is expected for completion December 2025. That's next month. And the downtown southbound elevator is expected completion in 2026 due to utility relocation and remaining excavation. In addition, CB9 is co-hosting with the Commission on Human Rights a resource fair on the Fair Chance Act in housing. As you know, this is the new law that governs the use of criminal background checks conducted by landlords and other housing providers throughout the 5 boroughs. This fair will take place on Thursday, December 11th, at the Macedonia Baptist Church. I believe that's on 147th Street in Harlem. The flyer and other details are to follow, so just stay tuned. I also have other flyers pertaining to Thanksgiving to share with you. The Community Affairs Section, Manhattan North 26th Precinct, is hosting their Thanksgiving Older Adult Luncheon on Friday, November 21st, that's tomorrow, at 1 o'clock, at Antioch Baptist Church, 515 West 125th Street. You have to RSVP, space is limited, with police officers Ann Cardenas and Detective, Lewis. Their telephone number is 212-678-1301 or 929-334-6938. The flyers are available on the table as well. And speaking on the 2/6, they will have a turkey giveaway on Tuesday, November 25th at the 26th Precinct at 1 p.m. And they also have a feast mode on. I'm not sure what that means, but you can check the flyer. And one of the sponsors is our very own West Harlem Development Corp. Also on the information table, we have copies of the alternate side parking rules for 2026. So you might want to take a few for your friends and neighbors that are drivers. And that pretty much concludes my report. Are there any questions? Thank you.
Thank you, Yutha. West Harlem Development Corp. report by Pat Watler Johnson.
Hi, good evening, everyone. My report is in the file, but I just want to go over some things briefly. The board met on November 1st, and we're meeting again on Saturday, December 13th. There was a typo in there where I said December 10th. So please, that is not correct, and please accept my apologies for the error. It's Saturday, December 13th is our next meeting. The financial audit reports, WHTC has filed them, and the links are in the report, the IRS Form 990 and the WHTC consolidated financial statements. They're on the website, so you can go to the website via these links and see what's what. The first of the community benefit grants payments have been issued, and the second and final payments are scheduled to be issued in January. We had a discussion during the last meeting about possible initiatives to provide turkey donations and assistance to the community. At that time, it was in light of the government shutdown, but beyond that, there are people who still need help. So it was reported to me this week that by Executive Director Ziad Ramadan that WHTC purchased 700 turkeys for distribution to help various communities, including the NYPD 36, the 26th Precinct Council, the 30th Precinct Council, and the Boys and Girls Club of Harlem. I want to offer congratulations to my colleagues, Walter Alexander and former CB9 member Jane Arundel Johnson, who were both appointed to serve on the West Harlem Older Adult Alliance Board of Directors. And I look forward to working with you, Walter, as we always have. And I'm looking forward to your participation. Let me see. There's some of the events that are being sponsored by WHTC. And one of them is an Exhale to Inhale, which is a 2-day 16-hour virtual trauma-informed yoga training series on Saturday, December 6th and Sunday, December 7th. Exhale to Inhale uses trauma-informed yoga to empower survivors of domestic violence and sexual assault while providing communities with tools and knowledge to support them. You can visit the website for more details. They're also having the Digital Training Media Program Board for the Education of People of African Ancestry is hosting a free 8-session Family Health History Community Workshop series at the Columbia Forum, and there'll be an 8-week series, and it starts on Saturday, December 13th, and it runs through May and sessions. If you'd like more information, please visit www.harlemeyes.com, contact us, or you can call 917-748-4122. Are there any questions? Okay, I wish you all a happy and healthy and joyous Thanksgiving holiday.
Thank you, Pat. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Thank you.
much.
Thank you.
We don't have a UMES report at this time. Manhattan Borough President's Office. That would be this young man here. Sean.
I'll take young. All right, good evening, everyone. My name is Sean Brandon. I'm the community liaison for your borough president, Mark Levine. I'm just going to bring a couple of things to your attention. First off, thank you to everyone who did the leadership training series. If you, for whatever reason, again, did not do it, feel free to go to the YouTube page, just type in Manhattan Borough President Mark Levine, go to videos, and you can see everything that you missed, including those that were required. So thank you again for that. Next up, we are all glad that the federal shutdown is over. Our office made sure we got information out to everyone that with the Food Bank of New York map, we were able to help constituents find places to get food. We're still doing that in our constituent services offices because people are still in need, and also for government workers who were in need. We also have a partnership with the Hebrew Loan Society, so we were able to grant loans that were interest-free for up to $7,500. Next up, because of the BP's advocacy, the EDC announced updated ferry maps. So now there'll be more stops on the east side, and with that, they're going to explore the possibilities of expanding service to the west side in the near future to Pier 125. That was an interesting discussion. It ain't coming anytime soon, but they are looking at it. And at least it's on the table when it wasn't before, which will be great for this area in terms of getting more tourism.
My lifetime?
I can't promise you that.
Just checking.
And last but not least, sidewalk sheds. On November 18th, so just recently, the DOB released a series of new designs for sidewalk sheds that we hope will dramatically improve our streetscape and reduce the number of sheds on our shitty streets. Of course, we presented a plan in 2024 to do that. I still know that that's a work in progress because there's some sheds that have been up longer than I've been alive. So we are aware of that. So if we can't take them down, hopefully we can beautify them. With that being said, again, we're open for business. So if you have any questions or concerns, you have up until 12/31/2025 to bring them to me, but I'm still available for everyone. And again, happy Thanksgiving to anyone. If you have any additional questions, I'm in the back and I'm always accessible. If you want to reach me, feel free to email me or call me or go to 431 West 125th Street. Sometimes I work out of that constituent services office. Thank you, and I yield back my time, young man.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Recognizing. Okay, next up, elected officials. Oh, I'm sorry, I was rushing. Public session.
Yes. Okay, we're going to start. We have 10 people scheduled. Sorry, I have a quick request. One of our CB members is out back. Can somebody open the door to let them in? Thank you, because the door is locked. Okay, first person up is Deborah Levine. And can we put the clock on? And so, Deborah, go ahead.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Deborah Levine. I'm your Community Engagement Officer from the City University Graduate School of Public Health and Health Policy. Bring greetings from our Dean, Dr. Ayman El-Mohandes. We were asked to give a brief update on the Department of Education's newly proposed definitions of professional degrees under the One Big Beautiful Bill Act. There are a bunch of support letters going around, but people had questions about what the actual impact was and who would be impacted. If this bill goes through, this portion of the bill goes through, impacts will be felt like with epidemiologists, social workers, public health workers, educators, community health workers, and the list goes on, including public health nurses, emergency preparedness coordinators, and infectious prevention servers. Currently, why does this really matter? It means that the next generation of public health and social service providers will lose the opportunity for federal loans to be able to go to school. Currently, we have a work shortage both in social services, medical, and public health. We can't afford to not have the next generation be able to access those services. What makes this even more egregious is the gender equity impact that public health and social services are women-led fields. Women carry higher student debt and earn less across health workforces. Excluding these degrees would deeply deepen the gender inequity. What we're asking across is for you to consider talking with your senators from the health departments, from the health committees, and letting them know that this is not acceptable. I will make sure that we leave the information for your newsletter. And if anyone is interested in additional information, please feel free to reach out to us, and I'll be sure to leave our contact information in the chat. Thank you.
Thank you, Deborah. Very important information. Okay, next up, and I forgot to announce, each presenter will have 3 minutes to present. Next person, Isaac Sorrell. Did I say that correctly? All right, Isaac, you're up to bat. Is the clock on? Okay, go ahead.
Hi, everybody. Good evening. My name is Isaac Sorrell. I'm the library manager at Hamilton Grange Library. I'm coming with just a few updates. Thank you.
All right.
Not often I get applause. First thing I want to just promote to all of you, this is a library-wide initiative. This is our best books list of 2025. Just came out today, so very exciting. But these are lists for all ages, adults, teens, and kids, curated by our expert staff and librarians in conversation with New Yorkers. So you can see the full lists online. I did bring some printed copies of the adult books if you're interested. And so along with that, also, we're trying to make these titles more accessible, because I know sometimes you have to wait a long time for really popular books. So as part of that, we've curated, I think it's 26 books that are going to be available, unlimited checkouts online on Libby, our app, our e-reader app. So if you're an e-reader, or maybe you are like, I want to start reading books, this is a good opportunity to do that. So please check out those. The other things I want to highlight specifically for Hamilton Grange Library, our College and Careers Pathways program. We have one-on-one counseling sessions with a young adult librarian for teens on Tuesdays. So if you know any teens in your life who are looking for resume help, college applications, help with FAFSA, this is a great opportunity for them to get one-on-one attention with one of our young adult librarians. They can register online or speak with a staff member. Again, I have flyers over there. And the last thing I want to highlight is, last time I was here, I spoke about our social work intern at Hamilton Grange Library. Along with doing one-on-one appointments with community members, she's also hosting some programs for us, including an upcoming meditation program. I know it gets very stressful during the holidays, so it's a good time to focus on your mental health. So she's partnering with a meditation expert to come and teach some simple practices to keep things stress-free this holiday season. That's going to be December 1st, I believe. Again, you can sign up online or speak to a staff member. I have flyers over there.
Thank you. John Francis. And after John Francis, Kurt Steinhaus.
Good night. My name is John Francis. For those who don't know me, I used to be the district director for Council District 7 under Councilmember Sean Abreu. I was also Deputy Public Advocate for Housing under Jumani D. Williams. And currently, for full disclosure, I'm being retained by the owner of this building, 620 West 153rd Street, as a consultant. However, I give my resume to kind of let you know where my interests lie, in that I'm a longstanding member of this community. I've lived here for nearly a decade with my family, my wife Angelica, my 4-year-old daughter Selma, and now my soon-to-be born son Rian. Yeah. Thank you. Prior to moving into 620 West 153rd Street, apartment 11G, I was paying $3,600 in rent. I was living paycheck to paycheck. I had to be pulling back. I wouldn't eat some days. But then last year, I literally won the lottery, the housing lottery. And now we were able to move into this building where I was able to drastically afford housing and then reinvest that money back into my family. So I am asking the board to approve 620 West 153rd Street's application for a zoning variance, so that, you know, we are not forced to go back into an already saturated rental market and potentially be displaced from this community. Thank you.
After Kirk Steinhaus is George Bruce Library.
Hello, my name is Kurt Steinhaus. I am a legal and zoning attorney with the law firm BCLP on behalf of the applicant. And I'm here basically to talk to you about the application for a zoning variance to legalize the building at 620 West 153rd Street. As I'm sure many of you know, it is a little bit too tall. But it got all of the necessary building permits. It went through plan examination. The owner had no idea. They did all of the zoning diligence that anyone would expect. Banks have lent money on this building, and this is just sort of a very terrible thing that has happened. In terms of the actual zoning issue, the building was supposed to be built pursuant to quality housing regulations, which is a very technical zoning term, but it was built as a height factor building. So that's sort of the Robert Moses Tower in a Park style. In terms of the finances of the building, as part of our application, we submitted a financial report that essentially basically shows that the building is only making a return of about 0.4%. It has a total of 238 apartments in it, and of those, 72 are designated as affordable housing. And so they're really barely making ends meet with this level of affordability. And we just heard about how important this is to maintain that affordability in the community. I also just wanted to talk a little bit about the difference between a zoning variance and a city planning commission rezoning. A zoning variance is considered by the Board of Standards and Appeals, which is sort of a quasi-judicial, it's almost like a court in the sense that you submit your application, you provide evidence and documentation, and they basically vote yay or nay on the merits of the application. But the thing about a zoning variance is it actually doesn't change the laws on the books, which is different from city planning, right? So with a rezoning, if this site were actually to be rezoned, it would allow, in order to allow this building, that means that essentially this building could be torn down and replaced with something else. But with a zoning variance, especially of this kind, it's very specific to the site. And so if this building were ever to be torn down or something like that, it would have to comply with the zoning on the books, because the zoning variance has actually not changed what is on the books. And so that's one important thing that I would like to point out. Another important thing about the BSA Board of Standards and Appeals process is that they have a lot of oversight of their applications. If there are non-compliances with their conditions, they actually have a compliance officer, and they hold their own compliance hearings in order to make sure that applicants are complying with the law. So if you have any questions, I'm here and happy to answer them. Thank you.
Thank you. George Bruce? Oh, now it's working. Following George Bruce will be Lydia Gerson.
Hi, good evening, everyone. I'm Janelle Carter-Bowman, the library manager at George Bruce Library. For those who are new here, we are located just a block away at 518 West 125th Street, right on the Grand Houses property. So I'm going to talk about some 3 new programs that are coming to George Bruce next month. The first, we're very excited, Dances for Variable Populations is coming back to George Bruce, Movement Speaks. This is a free in-person movement and dance class specifically for older adults and our adults that have mobility issues. The first class will be on Wednesday, December 3rd, from 12:30 to 1:45, and they'll be at our building from December to April 2026, and this is free of charge. For our teens, we will be having a pattern making class with Diane Hebert on Wednesday, December 17th from 3 to 4. Teens will learn to do pattern design using printmaking techniques, and they'll be able to design and carve 3 stamps using inks and rice papers, and this is for ages 13 to 18. And my last announcement for children, we will be having our Costume Winterfest on December 19th from 4 to 5 in our children's room. So just like the Fall Fest, children can come dressed up in their winter-related costumes. There'll be games and funs and refreshments for everyone. This will be happening on December 19th from 4 to 5. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Lydia? Excuse me? You're not, okay. You sure? Okay. Sean, yes, okay. Sean Antoine? Okay. Following Sean will be Andres. I'm not gonna butcher your last name, Andres.
Yes, how you guys doing? My name is Sean Antoine II. I'm a 3rd-generation Harlemite. I went to Cardinal Hayes right there in the South Bronx, and then I went on recently to just finish my master's at Northwestern University this past year.
Okay.
Thank you. I'm a filmmaker. I've been making documentary films within the community. I grew up on 123rd between 7th and 8th, and then now I'm currently living on 129th between Convent and St. Nick. What I'm coming to you guys today to speak about is I've currently been trying to get an in-kind grant through the West Harlem, DC to do a screening for my new film. Just a little bit about the film. It's titled The Sight Unseen, but it's talking about an event that happened in 1971 when a glowing cross appeared in a Bronx apartment window. So last summer, I actually researched and found archival newspapers from the Amsterdam News that they actually lost over at the Schomburg Center. And earlier this year, we raised over $30,000 in less than a month from largely people from the Harlem community to shoot the film completely independently. And we filmed it both in the actual Amsterdam News building as well as within Foster Projects over there on 115th Street and Lenox Avenue. So yeah, it was a truly beautiful experience just to do something like that within Harlem. We don't get a lot of films independently made in Harlem. With Harlem filmmakers, I was actually able to employ about 30 people from Harlem to work on the film and over 64 people overall. So I'm looking for actually community organizations within CB9 to actually partner with so that we could hopefully get the space over at Columbia University. So if any of you do know of any organizations that would like to align with this film so that we could put together a community screening for free, just to celebrate the community. We don't get opportunities like this, and I really want to take advantage of putting something in the community before we hit film festivals and show it throughout the world. So hopefully if any of you would like to speak to me, I have my cards, and I don't mind speaking to you more about the film. We actually released the trailer, I believe, almost 2 weeks ago, and we have over 30,000 views on social media. So there's a lot of attention, and I feel like it could be really great for Harlem. We don't get a lot of artists currently, and Harlem has been known for both its arts, its political stances, and contributions. So hopefully this is an opportunity to add to that. So thank you.
Thank you.
Excuse me, may I speak? This is Pat Johnson. I just wanted to let him know that if he's trying to contact WHDC, he should contact directly, and you can go to the website at westharlemdc.org and see the resources there, and you can find out how to apply for grants through that program.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
You're welcome.
The reason why I came today has just been a lot of confusion between, I believe her name is Joanna and Frank, about, what organizations I could partner with. So that's why I came today, just to, get in front of anybody in person so that we could just move it forward. There's just been a lot of difficulties just moving it forward so that we could actually put together an event in Harlem for the community.
So the other thing I suggest you go to our Arts and Culture Committee. One of our co-chairs is here this evening. They meet the first Monday of the month, so next December 1st? December 1st at 3195 Broadway.
Okay, I'll be sure to be there.
133rd. 3295.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Andreas? Following Andreas is, what is it, Amanda? Amanda? Is there someone named Amanda? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Hi, it's Andres Orejuela, in case you were wondering.
Thank you. I knew I was gonna butcher it.
It's nice to see everyone. Happy holidays. And, I know we don't always get to talk as much as we'd like to. It's actually really nice to see Gabriela Carella. I've been emailing her and the office about a really related issue. We live at 473 West 145. I'm one of the members of the board there. And we are next to properties operated by Acacia and Samaritan Daytop. And we know that BRC is planning to come. These are among the biggest providers of homeless services for New York City. We're experiencing damage to our property. I've been here before to speak about that. I just want to bring it up. Gabrielle, I hope something comes of that conversation that we've been having by email. I sent an email to Youtho with some of the articles about the history of the site, which I referenced the last time I spoke at the general meeting, during the last general meeting. So I hope you've all been able to see those articles. They're from 1969 and 1979, respectively, about the history of the site, 1727 Amsterdam, its relation to the civil rights movement, and sort of see where we're coming out of. Hi. So the reason I'm here to speak tonight is actually about 1727, and I know you're probably thinking, I know what he's gonna say. But this is separate. Over the last 30 to 45 days, there have been two very concerning incidents underneath the scaffolding that has been put up since May. In fact, the first incident happened the night of the last general board meeting. There was a fire. The fire department responded. Luckily, no one was hurt, but there was a lot of repair and work done after that. And just last week, there was a slashing of a young person underneath the scaffolding. I think the main issue is that the lighting underneath the scaffolding is insufficient. Some of the nights when I walk by 1727 Amsterdam on Amsterdam Avenue, the lights are completely shut off. I don't know why. It happened on Sunday of last week. So I don't know if the board can mention that to some of the representatives. I know some of the representatives for this project are here. And I'll just mention that, of course, the issue is also that the scaffolding has been up since May and no work is being done on the building. So maybe either we can get some of that really lovely new scaffolding design or get rid of the scaffolding. All right, that's all I wanted to say. Thank you, guys. Nice to see you.
Thank you, Andreas. Amanda?
Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Amanda. I'm a community member and public health student over at CUNY School of Public Health on the street. Obviously, our city faces a lot of pressing issues, but I'm here to talk about a topic to consider, our waste, specifically food waste. New York City generates 12,000 tons of trash every day, and 81% of it ends up in landfills or incinerators across the Northeast. Organic waste, including our food scraps, yard waste, soiled paper, makes up 34% of residential trash in New York City, or about 1 million tons every year. When it decomposes in landfills, it releases methane, which contributes to climate change. On top of that, exporting waste is expensive, costing the city $430 million in 2020 alone, the city's fourth largest expense. So as many of you know, to address this, New York City launched the country's largest mandatory curbside composting program, which went into effect in April. The Department of Sanitation reported that 90,200 tons of organic waste were diverted from landfills in the past fiscal year alone. And that's just the start, right? But unfortunately, just 1 week after composting was made mandatory, Council Bill 1236/2025 was proposed, which would roll back mandatory composting to make it participation voluntary. The infrastructure has been built and is in place. It took years to build it, right? And the city has been allocating resources to get this program set up for years. There's really no sense in going backwards at this point. The existing system is certainly not perfect, but we should work to build upon composting infrastructure that exists instead of, and putting money towards, community composting organizations like local Brotherhood Sisters Soul, to make the system better and to divert as much trash from landfills as possible. Rolling back to voluntary would put this program at risk. San Francisco, for example, San Francisco's mandatory recycling and composting program started almost 17 years ago, the first in the country, and they've collected over 2 million tons of organic material that's gone to local orchards, vineyards, and farms. And this is something that we can strive towards as a city, because less food waste in our garbage means less smelly garbage, attracting less rats, and more possibilities for our parks and gardens. I say we see how successful this program can be instead of shutting it down before it really starts. So if you're interested, compost your food scraps in one of the brown bins in your building, or one of the 24-hour, 24/7 bins across the neighborhood, or call your city council person. Thank you for your time. So it was introduced by the Common Sense Caucus, and blanking on the main, what? No. I can find out though and let you know. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Do all communities get that? So community organizations are the ones sort of in charge of handing those out. There's 15 community organizations that are currently being, funded by the city's composting funds. But the brown bins are in every building. Yeah. Right, kill that bill. Absolutely. So we'll see. Yeah. Thank you.
All right.
One other question?
Good evening, everybody. My name's Alex. I'm here to very briefly discuss 4 issues: the elections, deficit, congestion pricing, and labor rights. With respect to elections, I've got nothing substantive to say because this is not the platform for it, but we do live in the unusual times where we were threatened by the White House and a disgraced former governor for exercising our constitutional rights. Last month, they said that we were going to vote without fear, and a month later, I'm very happy to see that New York City and Community Board 9 has spoken and spoken without fear. So irrespective of how you voted, I wanted to thank everyone for coming out and reaffirming our commitment to democratic principles. Second, the deficit. So the deficit is nothing unusual. We've had several mayors, especially in recent times, that have left us with deficits. What is unusual, though, is a mayor deliberately, a lame duck mayor who did not run for re-election, running up that deficit as a means of frustrating the democratic will of the people, and to arrest Mayor-elect Mamdani's ability to carry out the agenda that many of us, the majority of us, have voted to affirm. From this platform, I'd like to say, Mr. Adams, enough is enough. The people have spoken. Now let us enjoy our holidays and turn the page over a bygone era and to really govern in the manner that New York City sees fit as of January 1st, 2026. Next, congestion pricing. I can't do this justice in under 3 minutes, and I can't really litigate it. This is not the time or place for it. But there are 2 exemptions that we need to better look into. First, disability rights. I've gotten numerous reports from members of our community and other New Yorkers that they have not been able to successfully apply for disability exemptions. It's not taken seriously enough, and the process is just unnecessarily dilatory to prevent them from doing so. That needs to be investigated, and New Yorkers need to be able to apply to those without any delay. Second, in London, a city that in many respects inspired this program, London grants Zone 1 residents 90 to 100% exemptions. The corollary of a Zone 1 resident in New York would be a Manhattanite, and yet there is no such exemption. So instead of shifting the cost over to us, of course, it has long been my proposition that we implement an elective in-person work tax against corporations and businesses that are the beneficiaries, the primary beneficiaries of public transit, but that's a different discussion for a different day. Very finally, I wanted to speak about labor rights. We have an economic development committee that rightly represents the interests of small business, which raises the question, well, who's here to speak on behalf of our workers? So at a time when AI is wiping more than 50% of new jobs and experienced workers are next, and at a time where the disparity between wages and the cost of living has grown to be as vast as ever, I hereby wanted to propose the addition of a committee, a labor rights committee, to be the eyes and ears for workers in their local community. Thank you.
Labor rights, okay. Okay. Yes, thank you, Alex. Next, Barry. Can you hear me, Barry?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Hi, apologies. Hello from sunny Tokyo. I wanted to just start by thanking the Housing, Zoning, and Land Use Committee for their incredibly hard work on the 1727 resolution before you tonight. I know it has been a labor of many long nights and, in fact, essentially 3 years, but I'm so grateful that we have the opportunity to vote on that tonight. I did want to just talk about 620 West 153rd Street. So 620 West 153rd Street did not exceed its height cap by a little. It is over twice as tall as permitted by the zoning code. It's 285 feet, I think, over 140 feet limit. And that height has great views of the Hudson and Trinity Cemetery and other features, but was something that we had attempted to raise with the developer when it was first being constructed, and we were told it was as of right. This board later filed an inquiry with the Department of Buildings that led to an audit that found that they had violated the height cap. And I just want to make clear, no one is calling for the building to be demolished. What this board is faced with the proposal of tonight in their reso is requesting that either the BSA or the City Planning Commission require as part of it that additional units be made affordable and rent stabilized in the building as amelioration or compensation to the community for exceeding the zoned height cap. And so the reason the City Planning Commission is suggested is because the Board of Standards and Appeals generally is not an option when the owner of the property has created the hardship, which is very clearly the case here. And if the developer wants to sue their architect, that's fine and good. That's none of our business. But regardless of where it's held, where it's handled, either at the BSA or at the City Planning Commission, it seems very clear to me that number one, the community board shouldn't have to tell a licensed architect what the permissible height is in a neighborhood. That should be obvious. And number two, um, you know, why does this keep happening in our neighborhood? Why does someone think they don't have to go through ULURP in our neighborhood? Why does someone think they can violate the height cap in our neighborhood? So I think that a significantly higher proportion of units need to be affordable at rates that are actually affordable to the median income in this community. And I think that, you know, the demolition of that building seems exceedingly unlikely. And I don't think a city planning council adjustment of the zoning on that lot is therefore that big a threat. I think that, you know, housing in this neighborhood tends to stand at least 100 years, and it's worth making sure that we have the correct amelioration and essentially community givebacks for violating our zoning code. So I hope the I hope the board votes on the resolution tonight that calls for two out of the CBC, but in either case calls for it to make more units affordable at deeper rates. Thank you.
Is that a vote? Okay. Okay. That's it? Okay. Last but not least, Cameron Clark.
How's it going, y'all?
Thank you, Barry, by the way.
So I got two announcements. One was sort of pertaining to Victor's update. Those of you all might have heard that there's a New York City Community Planning Fellow that's going to be working with us to do a couple of different studies. Number one on like sort of the density of supportive housing in the neighborhood relative to other communities. Number two, going to be preparing like a community-facing resource guide that's going to be taking sort of all the different, you know, resources on food pantries and housing assistance, tenant assistance, you know, mental health facilities, and put that onto like sort of a living document that, you know, will be able to be accessed by the community, but also will be able to be updated in the future. And number three is going to look at sort of, you know, the different the disparity between the levels of, you know, quote unquote affordable housing that are built and the actual levels of affordability that would be necessary for this community to actually have affordable housing. So that comes with an ask. So I know that there are a lot of folks in this room that have a lot more experience on this board than I do. So the ask is if any of y'all have, you know, basically any resources on any of the things that I mentioned, whether that's sort of, you know, resources in your community, sort of spreadsheets of different assistance resources, whether that's data on, you know, different affordability metrics in housing, please send them to me so that I can send them to the fellow, because we only got him for like 6 months and we don't want to make him, you know, be chasing around stuff. When we can just give him all the data and let him work his, you know, spreadsheet magic. So that's number one. Number two is, you know, this is just a brief reminder that, you know, the Harlem Legionnaires Task Force is going to be having their town hall meeting, and that's going to be at the A. Philip Randolph Older Adult Center on 146th Street. That's going to be December 6th. From 3 to 5 p.m. So for folks that want to get updates on, you know, what has been going on with Legionnaires in Harlem, for folks that want to get involved with some of that work, feel free to attend that and get a little bit more information. And that's all I got for y'all. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, now we're going to open up the floor. Oh, was there any comment or questions to Cameron? If not, we're going to open up the floor to our elected officials. Lucas, do you have any updates to share with us? All right, come up. Oh, well. So Lucas is from Senator Cordell Clear's office, and thank you for joining us this evening.
Of course. Hello, everyone. My name is Lucas from Senator Cordell Clear's office. I want to let you guys know the upcoming events we have. First of all, we have our annual Thanksgiving turkey giveaway. We're going to give away around 1,000 turkeys tomorrow, along with raw produce and some shelf-stable meals for seniors. So please come to that. We are full with reservations, but we're taking walk-ins. So if you come at 1 p.m., that's when we open the line, and then the giveaway starts at 2. After that, on Saturday, we're having another turkey giveaway and community meal. This is technically in CB10, but everyone's invited on Malcolm X Plaza. We're partnering with the Mosque of Islamic Brotherhood and the Friends of Malcolm X Plaza, and we're frying 20 turkeys. So if you like fried turkey, please come out, and a bunch of different sides and fixins. So it's going to be great. I'm volunteering there. I want my fried turkey. Next, I also have a resource of the free Thanksgiving feedings that are happening in Harlem, mostly at churches and other advocacy groups. So if you or anyone you know is experiencing any food insecurity and needs a free Thanksgiving meal, there's a bunch. It's a double-sided resource coming up this week. And then after that, we have our annual holiday open house. I realize there won't be a CB9 meeting between now and December 12th, so this is the save the date. I have a few there. A bunch of the Harlem elected offices will have their doors open to come do a meet and greet. We have a bunch of food from Melba's, Jacob's Caters, Mana's. We get all of it to come, so if you want your free food and an open house, please come. The food's always really good. I also want to give a quick update. There was a letter that Barry had sent us to the Housing Construction Committee or something like that about 1727 that basically requests them to halt the project until they listen to you guys more. And so we signed that letter, and we also coordinated, and a few of the other state elected officials signed it as well. So that will be sending it over. Barry, I owe you proof that that got sent. I will send that next week. Thank you, guys. We have also worked quite a bit with the Legionnaires Committee. They've met in our office a few times, so please go to that event if you want to know more. And then the last thing is, I don't know if any of you had brown water in your buildings over the past month or so. We worked very, very closely with the DEP, the city DEP. I don't know if you guys knew, but the city owns all the reservoirs upstate. That's not the state agency. So we worked with them like very, very closely to make sure that they were flushing out all the buildings. There was an issue with a higher amount of manganese in, it was all safe. And they say it's safe, but like, I don't want to drink brown water, and neither should y'all. So we worked with them to make sure that they not only changed the water, but also flushed out all the buildings. So that should be done. They went through every zip code to make sure that all the water got flushed out, and that should have happened. If any of you have brown water, please call us. We have a direct line to the DEP, and we'll make sure that your building gets flushed. If anyone has any questions, give us a call at 212-222-7315. Our number's on all these, so. My name's Lucas. Thank you.
Thank you, Lucas. Okay, next, Jaime Perez. Oh, forgive me. Question? Who had a question? Laquita, go ahead.
It depends on your zip code, so you'll have to let me know. They did it throughout. I'll have to double check. Give me a call tomorrow and I can check. There's a whole sheet that they sent us.
Okay. Come up, Jaime. Perez from
Hello, good evening, everyone. Buenas tardes. My name is Jaime Manuel Perez. I'm the Community Engagement Specialist for Assemblymember Michael Lasher. I apologize for not being here in person last time. I was a little bit under the weather, but feeling so good now. And Lucas, shout out, actually, I saw the brown water get flushed out of my apartment, and it scared the crap out of me, but really happy to see that happening. I'm here to share a little bit of a legislative update from Assemblymember Lasher. First and foremost, he introduced a piece of legislation to further support and protect tenants from being pushed out of their homes. Under current law, harassment of a regulated tenant in the first degree is a felony when a landlord engages in illegal conduct to force 2 or more tenants out of a single building. However, when that same illegal conduct affects multiple tenants across multiple buildings or across an entire portfolio of properties, the charges can drop to misdemeanors or civil penalties. What we are here to do today is eliminate that gap. Our new bill creates a new Class D felony to address harassment that spans multiple properties, as well as enhanced penalties for repeat offenders. The legislation recognizes that systemic violations across buildings represent a more serious threat to housing stability than current law acknowledges. And with this bill, we hope to better protect the over 1 million rent-stabilized tenants that call New York home. If you would like to look up this piece of legislation, the bill number is A09220. We also introduced the Fair Pricing Act. As we all know, grocery prices have been rising for the past 5 years, hitting working families particularly hard. And Assemblymember Lasher recently introduced a piece of legislation to combat this and address affordability for consumers in our district and throughout the state. What's happening is retailers like Amazon and Whole Foods, Walmart as well, use their market power to demand lower prices for suppliers, who then raise costs on independent grocers to make up the difference. This eliminates competition and is essentially driving up the prices for consumers like you and I. And you know, some data that we have here, independent grocers held 55% of the market share in 1981, but only 27% today. The Consumer Grocery Pricing Fairness Act would prohibit suppliers from engaging in unfair price discrimination against independent grocers and ensure every community has multiple food retail options and protect the competition that keeps prices down and quality up. The bill is about delivering on affordability, mitigating food deserts, and supporting independent grocers. And some final updates from me on so funny, I thought I knew the date. On December 17th, we're going to be having a representative from the West Side Campaign Against Hunger at our office at 245 West 104th Street. They're going to be there to help with applying for SNAP and finding any other food resources you may need. And as always, I like to say this, you can call me directly. My phone number is 623-219-7069. And again, my name's Jaime Manuel Perez. It is a privilege to be able to work for this community, and I'm always available to assist in whatever you may need. And you can also call our office at 212-866-3970. Call with any concerns, no problem is too small. My number is 623-219-7069. Yes. Yes.
Would failing to provide repairs in a timely manner be considered?
Oh, definitely. And you should call our office about that. We've been helping multiple tenants in that situation. Landlords love to drag their feet to force people out of their rent-stabilized apartments, and it's an unfortunate reality we witness in our district. We call in all the agencies to make sure that we can get some action on this, and we're always happy to help facilitate any sort of action on those repairs. We deserve to have good housing, yes.
I have learned, I just only speak as loud as I can. I am so glad that we help tenants, but we also need to look at the fact that there are con artist tenants that take advantage of well-meaning landlords. And we often have, especially small landlords, people who are seniors, who can't afford the representation that con artist tenants get. And they are holding these people hostage in their own homes. And I think that really needs to be addressed. I love the fact that we take care of creating affordable housing and that people can live affordably in New York City. We also need to take into account that being a homeowner is going to advance people's wealth better. And we should be looking at helping people to get own homes versus being lifelong renters. And we should also be looking at programs to help the small landlord who buys a two-family or four-family home expecting to have the rental help, and then you get the con artist tenant who doesn't pay rent for 4 or 5 years. And this is something that we're not addressing, and we're not giving the help to the landlords who could use that help because we're so focused on making sure that the tenants have rights. And I am a landlord, I have been a tenant, and I definitely know 3 seniors in my immediate neighborhood who are experiencing problems with con artist tenants who are not paying rents for years, and the seniors can't afford the legal help that these people are getting.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that.
That's true.
And if you would like to continue that conversation, I'd love to give you my business card as well so that we can have that conversation in our office. I think it's definitely, there's two sides to this coin, right? And we want to make sure that we're also, having a conversation about landlords in this community and making sure that we can find solutions for everyone. And I see there's a question back there as well.
Piggyback on. Vanessa.
No, it's a little quiet.
Okay. My mom and dad have owned a property in Harlem since 1971. After my dad passed away, my mom became the single owner. My mom is 92 years old and reluctantly allowed me to start an eviction process against a tenant who had not paid rent since my father died in 2002. 2002. This person actually just blew up HPD DOB with unsubstantiated by claims. That's what they do. And HPD and DOB and all these people have to come out. Okay. Sometimes he would let them in, sometimes he wouldn't. But just to get to the crux of the matter, I did start an eviction process against this person. And in the interim, because of his age, APS had to get involved. And they're like, the marshal told me, you're not getting him out of here because of his age.
Vanessa, if it's possible, can you take that conversation offline and speak to Jaime further?
Yeah, I just was gonna, the only thing I wanted to say is that I agree, that's what I should have said instead of a long diatribe, I apologize. I agree that there needs to be some assistance for small landlords, and I apologize.
No, don't apologize. It's an important issue, and you should be able to follow up, Jaime, if you can stay.
Yes.
Okay, very good.
I'll definitely give you my business card so you can get in touch with us. We want to make sure we're having these conversations. And our office is always open for folks. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, we don't just represent the Upper West Side. We go all the way up to 125th Street. So please make sure to come by and pay us a visit at 245 West 104th Street. We're always happy to talk to everyone and anyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, next, Gabrielle Carrella from Sean Abreu's office.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. I wanted to just quickly give you some updates, wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving. Andres, I did hear you out. I know that we've been corresponding. I think you've been actually talking to Jalisa, and I've just been TC'd on there, but I have already flagged for her. Just make sure she gets back to you on your last email. So that was that. And then just a couple updates from our office. So last week in the City Council, the trash containerization bill passed, which will extend the pilot program here in Community Board 9 to a larger residential buildings citywide, bringing the on-street containers for those of 10 units or more. Given the success that the program here in West Harlem has had so far and the lessons learned from it, we're very excited for it to spread. Another note is participatory budgeting is, honestly, we have about 6 or 7 days left to get our ideas in. So I want to encourage everyone to please share your ideas on how we would like to spend $1 million of capital funding in the neighborhood for upgrades or repairs to public spaces like schools, parks, and libraries. You can submit your ideas by emailing our office directly, and we can help connect you to the website online at district7@council.nyc.gov, or you can also go online directly at rnd.council.nyc.gov/idea map. On Tuesday morning at 9 a.m., we will be having our monthly food pantry. This month, we will have turkeys and pernil or pork shoulders, a giveaway. in front of our office. We are expecting that there will be a massive turnout as there was last year. So I do encourage folks who are interested and in need to show up early. That's at 500 West 141st Street. It will be first come, first served. I also want to take a moment to thank anyone who came by the office on Tuesday or Thursday of last week and the week before and brought by canned foods and goods. We had a community hub distribution today, which we partnered with Westside Campaign Against Hunger. And there were some folks who stopped by because they thought that it was our general food pantry and they were in need, and we were able to give them some of those canned goods that were dropped off just last week. So I just want to thank you guys, because I know that there were some folks who mentioned that they heard about it over at the community board. So I appreciate that. One last thing, the Department of Finance will be at our office on December 4th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. with appointment slots. So once again, if you are having issues with your SCREE, your DRE, tax concerns, and you would like to speak to a representative at the Department of Finance, I strongly encourage you to call our office and schedule your time slot at 212-928-6814. Again, that's 212-928-6814. You can also email our district office at district7@council.nyc.gov. All of our inquiries are coming in through there, but if you want to CC me just to make sure that it doesn't go amiss, you can also email me. I am the Director of Constituent Services at gcarela, that's GCARELA, at council.nyc.gov. That is all I've got for you guys tonight. Thank you. Did you want to say something, Victor? See your hand.
No, just thank you.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
well, thank you guys.
you.
Have a happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you so much, Gabrielle. Okay, last but not least, Emerald Williams from Yusef Salam's office.
Hello, everyone. Happy Thanksgiving from Salam's office. My name is Emerald Williams. I am the community liaison. We have some or many turkey giveaways coming up. So I'll start with those. On November 24th, we have one partnered with Lincoln Houses. The giveaway will be at 11 a.m. All turkey giveaways are first come, first serve. So just a heads up. On the 25th, we have partnered with the Mayor's Office of Urban Agriculture. We have a giveaway at Central Harlem Senior Citizen Center. Address is 210 West 131st Street at 11 a.m. Another turkey giveaway the same day, November 25th, will be at Eagle Academy. This is also partnered with the Mayor's Office of Urban Agriculture. This one will be at Eagle Academy at 6 Edgecombe Avenue. This one will be 2 to 3:30 p.m. Then we have a turkey giveaway on the 25th at the Schaumburg. This one will be at 11 a.m. We also will be holding a Thanksgiving dinner at the Harlem State Office Building. Please RSVP through me. I will be giving you my email. It will be ewilliams@council.nyc.gov, or you can reach me at the office number 212-678-4505, or my work cell 347-917-5762. Also on December 11th, we will be having an Explorer Appreciation Day with the FDNY and NYPD Explorers. Please look for all these flyers on our social media. A couple of them are up already on Instagram. See you.
All right, that concludes all public comments. Thank you.
Okay. We're going to move right into our action items. We have quite a few lengthy ones. First resolution is 1727, presented by Housing, Land Use, and Zoning Committee. Gentlemen.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. My name is David Ratner, and along with Mateen Sarsi, we're the co-chairs of the Housing, Land Use, and Zoning Committee. The resolution before you contains CB9's recommendation to disapprove the city's proposal under the Uniform Land Use Review process, which I'll refer to as ULUR. for a plan to redevelop the site located at 1727 Avenue, excuse me, 1727 Amsterdam Avenue in Hamilton Heights. This recommendation reflects lengthy consideration by the Housing, Land Use, and Zoning Committee and substantial input from stakeholders and community members of the West Harlem community. This resolution, if approved tonight, will be sent to the Department of City Planning and to the Manhattan Borough President's Office pursuant to Section 197C of the New York City Charter. The ULURP application was filed by the Department of Housing Preservation and Development, which proposes to sell the site at 1727 Amsterdam Avenue for $1 to a nonprofit organization, the Bowery Residents Committee, which we'll refer to as BRC. Under the plan, BRC will demolish the existing 4-story building that's now a dedicated community health facility, housing the Emma L. Bowen Community Service Center, Heritage Health and Housing, and Jackson Ophthalmology. And in its place, erect a 9-story structure, which will include 200 residential units consisting of 120 supportive studio apartments reserved for homeless individuals with serious mental illness and/or substance use disorders, together with 79 low-income apartments, 23 of which will be reserved for seniors. The new building will also contain a significantly reduced community facility space, which will be occupied by only one of the 3 current healthcare providers, and that's Emma Bowen. The Housing, Land Use, and Zoning Committee held a public hearing on the application on October 8th, 2025, which was attended by approximately 150 people. More than 20 individuals either spoke or submitted written statements at the hearing. An additional 36 statements arrived via email and by comments recorded online. The Housing, Land Use, and Zoning Committee, at its meeting on November 6th, finalized the resolution with further suggestions from community residents. It should be stated that the recommendation in the resolution does not reflect an absolute consensus. Nevertheless, the resolution does express the opinion of a very clear majority of both the community and the committee. And the single point of greatest unanimity is the firm rejection of the highly irregular and indeed at times blatantly illegal process by which the city attempted for years to shield this project from community review and input. As a result of the city's rejection of community engagement, 3 flaws in the application were repeatedly identified throughout the testimonies. First, that the amount and type of supportive housing in the current plan significantly overburdens a neighborhood that has already assumed more than its fair share of such facilities. Secondly, that the new building substantially reduces space for much-needed healthcare providers. And thirdly, that the proposal inadequately addresses the critical shortage of truly affordable family-sized apartments in West Harlem. As a result of these and other deficiencies in the city's proposed plan for 1727 Amsterdam Avenue, the resolution before you emphatically recommends the denial of the ULURP application. But it does so with the express goal of inviting the city to engage in a new round of planning that will allow West Harlem to have a seat at the table as a respected partner in designing the future of this unique and critically important site. So I'm happy to take any questions that anybody has about the resolution. Wait, before we have unanimous consent, I think there is one friendly amendment that's going to be proposed by Michael Gross, who is a member of the Housing, Land Use, and Zoning Committee. So do you want to come up, Michael? Okay. Yeah. And actually, before Michael does this, let me explain that I made a very serious mistake, which was when we had our meeting on November 6th, Michael proposed an amendment that was actually adopted by the committee at that time, but I forgot to put it in the resolution, which then went to the executive committee without the amendment. So that's the circumstances under which he's proposing.
So yeah, this language is really just meant to address some of the concerns that we've had regarding the 3 community health centers and their relocation under the sort of demolition of this site or the potential demolition of this site. So the language would be a friendly amendment to add this language to read, therefore be it further resolved that if this application is approved in any form, the current building not be demolished until all 3 community health providers, so that's Emma Bowen, Heritage Health, and Jackson Ophthalmology, are fully relocated within the community in order to ensure that members of the neighborhood do not lose access to these vital services.
And let me just add to that, that it would come as the third clause from the end. So do we need a motion on this?
Unanimous consent is on the floor. Was second?
Wait, guys. You should not do unanimous consent on a ULURP generally.
No,
It's
no,
worth
this is
getting.
for an amendment, Barry.
Oh, sorry.
It's an amendment to the resolution.
On the amendment, friendly amendment.
Great, so it's a.
Someone Walter?
Walter second.
Okay. Just make. Who's taking? Okay. Vote for, call the roll for the vote on. No.
He said that we have to do it.
Call the roll for the vote.
Okay, so calling the roll for this resolution, Walter Alexander, April Adams, Marquise Bell. Oh, sorry, I'm doing check marks. Gregory Brito is not on, correct? Okay, Patricia Caldwell, Cameron Clark, Felipe Castillo? No. Vanessa Kaufman? Was that a yes? Thank you. Juan Calameres? Please, guys, yell so I can hear you. Gretchen Colony, are you still on? Okay. Dijon DePino? Yes. Marita Dunn? Yes. Elizabeth Eastman? Yes. Victor Edwards?
Yes.
Lydia Gerson? Yes. Michael Gross? Okay. Monique Harding Cordero, yes. Laquita Henry? Come back. Heather Jason? Chris Johnson? Yes. Patricia Watler Johnson?
Yes.
Oh. Ted Kovaloff? Ted? I'm sorry, because I didn't call you earlier. Ted, did you hear?
You have me as a yes.
Now I do. Thank
Good.
you. Christina Maria Lopez? Tina Lumley? Rhea McDonald? Deirdre McIntosh Brown? Alana Mercado? Clotilde Magoya? I'll come back to you, Clotilde. Lena Leponoski? Thank you, sorry, I'll get it right. Solomon Prophet? Yes. Teresa Coles-Ragan? Yes. Oh, okay, never mind. David Ratner?
Yes.
Mateen Sarsi? Yes. Veronica Savage? Yes. Jordan Scher? No. Clotilde? Shantae Styles? Francina Waring? And Alex Jimenez? Yes. Thank you.
Laquita.
Okay, Laquita?
Yes.
Okay.
I only abstain because of having worked for two of the organizations.
Okay. Oh, sorry, Andrea, forgive me. I didn't realize you were there. Andrea, what is your vote?
Are you there? Can you unmute if you're muted, please? Okay.
I say, and Clotilde didn't answer either. So, so right now we have 29.
29.
Oh, yes. So, and we have 29 yeses, and I believe there were 1, 2, I want to say 3 abstains. Hold on. Abstain. I think it was only 1, 2 abstains. Point of clarification, is that what I heard?
Yeah, the committee member who's online, Andrea Brecker, do we have her vote or no?
Does she vote?
She has a hand raised. Check the chat.
She didn't respond. Clotilde didn't respond. Andrea didn't respond.
Right, I mean, can we?
She's not a panelist, she can't unmute.
One, 2.
They're supposed to have their cameras on too.
Laquita, Henry. All right, I just wanted to make sure. All right, so, we can't get any responses from. So only 2 abstentions, I believe I caught 29 people said yes. And in terms, and I don't think there were any no's. Were there no's?
Yeah, there were about 3 no's.
Oh, did I miss that? Oh, sorry. Please raise your hand for those who said no. Okay. So that's McDonald, Rhea McDonald, right?
Michael Gross.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait.
4.
Oh, yes, sorry, Michael Gross, Rhea McDonald. Oh, you're right, I'm sorry, forgive me. And who was the 4th one? Who? Oh, okay. I only have 3. Who did I miss? You said 4. Oh, okay, I see. And Jordan said no, correct? Okay, so I have the 4. Okay. So if I got it correct, I have 29 people who said yes, 2 abstentions, and 4 no's. So it looks like it would pass, based on the yeses. Sorry, guys. So then don't we have another one? Excuse me?
Okay, the next
Uh,
resolution.
one note that Andrea Breckler in the Q&A chat said that she votes yes.
So she said yes? She was
In the Q&A chat.
Okay,
So she said yes,
Keep
correct?
check.
so that's 30.
That's 30.
30
now.
yes. Yes.
All right, see if I can do this better. These people are not.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Mateen Sarsi. I'm also the co-chair on the Housing, Land Use, and Zoning Committee. So the letter before us is a recommendation for conditional disapproval and referral to the Department of City Planning. We met on committee where this letter was originally a conditional approval. The committee, after discussion, changed this to a conditional approval. Something that's different about this letter that I need to include that was already edited was to include a bit of the background. So under paragraph 2, where it starts the existing building, I just have to add the background, and I have to thank Barry for those additions that pointed out that this was an issue before the construction that was brought up, and that it was through the letter from CB9 regarding this building that the audit from the Department of Buildings occurred that brought us this issue to our committee. So in terms of the conditional disapproval, we're looking at a 28-story residential and community facility being a daycare that is currently located. We're looking at a building that has capacity for up to 400 existing residents. 72 of these units are currently rent stabilized affordable units. Part of the discussion with the committee is that we are recommending that the BSA conditionally disapprove the variance application, and that should refer the matter under the jurisdiction of the Department of City Planning. Part of the conditions that were put into the letter are really mostly to address and try to bring in community benefits as a result of this. Starting with the increased affordable housing commitment, in which we're seeking 20 additional apartments as rent stabilized affordable units at 40% median area median income, applying to currently available apartments. One edit is that such units should be listed on Housing Connect and public sources. The second condition is 50-year affordability guarantee. So typically with the rent stabilized apartments that currently exist, the terms of those apartments typically go for 35 years. Our condition was that it should be increased to 50 years. That was the second condition. Third condition is future relocation liability. So in the case that this ever comes before the community board again, in which there's something that's out of compliance, out of variance, that may require the demolish or partial demolition of this building, we added a condition that the applicant, whoever that may be, take the full fiscal responsibility of paying for not only the relocation of the affected residents, but also providing rent stipends and paying for the moving costs. This is just something to ensure that the developer in the future bears the financial risk associated with the non-conforming structure. Number 4, permanently publicly accessible open space, noting that on both 152nd and 153rd Street has these 30 feet setbacks. We wanted to include that areas be considered for public space, that they should be open and accessible public spaces to the public. And that by dedicating this to the public, then we're transforming an open area that's currently created by the bulk to turn into a community amenity. So that is the letter that we have before us. And do I have any questions? That is correct. Any other questions? All right. Let's take a vote.
No, we're going to take a vote on this.
Okay.
So the letter itself is typically for these kind of issues, in this case, the applicant itself is seeking relief from the Board of Standards and Appeals that because 14 additional stories were built beyond what was allowed, that they're basically seeking for this to be unallowed. Mhm. 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 Yeah.
Okay, we ready? Okay, Walter Alexander. Aye. Okay. Abra Adams. Marquise Bell. Andrea Becker. I'll come back. Okay, Patricia Caldwell.
She said yes. Andrea Becker said yes.
Okay, Cameron Clark.
Yes.
Felipe Castillo.
Yes.
Vanessa Kaufman. Juan Calomares. Juan? Okay, I'll come back. Dijon Delpino. Rita Dunn. Juan? Still thinking? Okay, Elizabeth Eastman. Elizabeth Eastman, yes? Please speak up. Victor Edwards.
Yes.
Lydia Gerson. Yes. Michael Grossman, Gross, sorry. Yes. Oops. I created another person. Monique Harding Cordero, yes. Laquita Henry.
Yes.
Heather Jason. Chris Johnson.
Yes.
Patricia Watlick Johnson.
Yes.
Ted Kovaloff.
Yes.
Christina Maria Lopez. Tina Lumley. Rhea McDonald. No. Deirdre McIntosh Brown.
Yes.
Alana Mercado. Clotilde Magoya. Lena Neponeschi. Sorry, I'll get it. Solomon Prophet. Teresa Coles Reagan. Yes. Reagan, thank you. David Ratner. Yes. Mateen Sarsi.
No.
Veronica Savage.
Yes.
Jordan Scher.
Abstain.
Shantae Styles. Francina Waring. Was that a yes? Yes. Okay. And Alex Geminis? No? Okay, give me a moment. Oh, Juan. Juan?
Yes, yes.
Okay, you got it together. Okay, Juan, thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, I heard Merida in my ear, but I'll make sure I got that right. So I counted 29 yes, 3 abstentions, 3 noes.
That includes the people.
Now, once again, I didn't hear from Clotilde, so I don't know what that means. If she can't respond or, but based on who I was able to hear back from, those were the votes. It looks like it passes.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. For both.
Okay. Shantae, do you want to come up? Yeah. In your packet, there is a 22-page document from the website of Office Cannabis and Management. We wanted to spare you the pain of reading all 22 pages. Come up. I'm gonna kick it off and let Shantae follow up. You will. First of all, I want to apologize. The resolution that was presented in your packet needs a friendly amendment. The first paragraph was drafted when we thought it would be voted on in our executive meeting, which was last week. But since we had enough time to present it to you today, the first paragraph will be changed to reflect the vote that will be taken in today's general meeting. So I just wanted to make sure I noted that and reflect today's date. With that said, this resolution will, this page summarizes this 22-page document that we shared. So now, why don't you provide a quick overview, and if I need to jump in, I will.
Thank you, Monique. So,
Make sure they can hear you.
this is my first time, and I'm not gonna.
Speak up.
Yeah. Okay.
Come on, I got you on radio.
Okay. Sorry. So again, excuse me. This is my first time being able to present, but Monique pretty much explained it. We have been working with the assembly members to invite them to our meeting and to bring guests from the OCM, that's the Office of Cannabis Management, to have a special guest speaker that would be able to give us some more educational just information about cannabis, as well as us tackling the dispensaries that are located in the neighborhoods, that we want to make sure that they are meeting the guidelines of the community board, and at least, discussing with us, meeting with us to let us know how they are going to invest in the community with these dispensaries, and I think that's it.
So this particular resolution is focusing on pop-ups, basically. So cannabis showcase event pop-ups. As Shantae mentioned, we have legal dispensaries that only 2 right now in CB9 that we engage with. And we will continue to do so, but the next item that will be on the OCM website is to allow for pop-ups to occur in the community. So this resolution focuses on basically making sure that the community board is made aware when a pop-up wants to be established. Similarly to what we do now with legal dispensaries, where they have to come before us and tell us what their intentions are and how they're going to operate. We're asking for the same consideration when it comes to pop-ups, being given enough time of when these events will occur, also having enough time for a review to take place, and just being fully transparent with the public so that we are made aware. And that's what this resolution is asking for. And we're before you today to ask for you to vote on those things that we just presented.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm a little nervous,
Yeah.
sorry.
It's okay. So can we? Yeah, okay, so we'll take the vote on this resolution. And,
It's actually a letter of comment. It's not a resolution, but
well,
yeah.
a reso letter, yeah. So here we go. Now I'm going to put back on my first vice chair hat. Take off my co-cannabis chair hat. Okay, here we go. Okay, Walter Alexander. April Adams. Marquise Bell. Andrea Brecker. Okay, Patricia Caldwell. Cameron Clark. Felipe Castillo. Vanessa Kaufman. Juan Calameres. Was that a yes? Thank you. Dijon DePino. Marita Dunn. Elizabeth Eastman. Victor Edwards. Lydia Gerson. I'm going to say John Mark. Michael Gross. Monique Harding Cordero, yes. Laquita Henry. Heather Jason. Chris Johnson. Patricia Watler Johnson.
Yes.
Ted Kovaloff.
Yes.
Christina Maria Lopez. Tina Lumley. Rhea McDonald. Deirdre McIntosh Brown. Okay. I'll get her on her way back. Oh, actually, you're right. That is a good question because that change was made, and thank you, Marquise, for bringing it to our attention. The time period's going to be 30 days instead of 45. So I apologize for that as well, and I don't know if that will change anyone's vote that was just rendered. Okay, if it's not, then I will keep going. And apologies once again. That would be another friendly amendment. The 30 days seem to be considered a reasonable amount of time. The concern was to I'm trying to find a proper word. 45 just seemed very punitive and being a little bit considered over regulating, for, if you will. You know, I have a member of our committee from regarding the liquor licensing board. I don't think that 45 days is used. I think we tried to be consistent with what is already being done. Solomon, am I correct in making that statement? Where are you? Yeah. What is the amount of time used when we're approving liquor licenses? Right. So we were trying to be consistent and not be punitive because it was cannabis. Okay? All right. Alana Mercado. Clotilde Magoya. Okay. Lena Nepo. Okay. Thank you, Lena. You saved me from going. Okay. Solomon Prophet. Teresa Coles Reagan. David Ratner. Mateen Sarsi. Veronica Savage. Jordan Scher. Shantae Styles. Francina Waring. Alex. And you said Andrea Brecker was a yes? Okay. Here we go. I'm going to count. Merida, you're going to back up? You did it? Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay. So, Marita, I got 32 yes. I had 32 yes, 1 no, and 2 abstain. Well, okay. In either case, it looks like it passed. Thank you, everyone, for your time and patience.
Okay. Next up, liquor licenses.
Good evening, everyone. Solomon Prophet, co-chair of the Uniform Services and Transportation Committee. We had 2 new liquor license applications come before us this past month. The first one is at Pizza de Valle. They are adjacent to Mofongo de Valle, the same owners. This is at 3340 Broadway at 135th Street. This location is wanting to serve beer and cider just in the table service that they have in the pizza shop. And they are open it's from 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. Is when they close. So they came before the committee. The committee supported it. NYPD 30th Precinct supported it. You know, we ask you to make this consideration for this new liquor license. The next one is Hamilton Hospitality Corporation, otherwise known as Hamilton Hall. This is at 3495 Broadway at West 143rd Street. The old owner, or the legacy owner of Hamilton Hall, is selling the bar, selling the business due to health reasons. The new owner, his name was David Ratnick, I believe. I hope I got that right. Not Ratnick. He came before us. He runs another bar on the Upper East Side, but he was familiar with the bar here and would like to take it over. Is not looking to make any changes, but because it's a new principal owner changing, they have to apply for a new liquor license. So that is item number 5. And then we did have item number 6 is a New Year's Eve permit application. So this allows a business to serve liquor, beer, and cider and wine up until 4 a.m. at this particular location. This is 1207 Amsterdam Avenue. That's between 119th Street and 120th Street. So on New Year's Eve, they would be able to sell and serve liquor till 4 a.m. So that's what that application's about. So that was number 6. Motion, unanimous consent by Walter Alexander, seconded by Jordan Scherer.
Abstain.
You have abstentions or objections? Are there objections? You're a no? Okay. Yep. So there was an objection to unanimous consent. On which one? You're a no on 4. Okay.
So I have to go do each one of them, right? Don't we have to do it?
You can, well, once unanimous consent has been objected, we have to
Okay.
do a roll call.
So we're going to do a roll call, and this was for number 4, I guess, correct?
Number 4.
Okay.
So is it safe, does anyone object to number 5 or number 6, unanimous consent? Okay.
And 2 abstentions.
2 abstentions, Jason and Caldwell. Are you abstaining as
2
well?
abstentions on.
For which one?
Deidre McIntosh Brown is also abstaining.
For which one?
5 and 6.
Okay, so Deidre.
So we're voting on number 4.
Voting on 4.
I didn't catch that, so. Get 4 and
And
5?
please note what number 4 is.
Number 4 is the new liquor license application for Pizza de Valle that is on the corner of 135th Street and Broadway.
Let me start with 4, okay? Everyone, here we go. Walter. April. I'm gonna get short. Marquise. Andrea, for number 4. Patricia Caldwell. Cameron Clark. Felipe Castillo.
Yes.
Vanessa, actually, I'm just, okay. Juan. Dijon.
He said yes.
Sorry, I'm just trying to do it fast. I'm not doing the full name. Marita. Elizabeth. Victor. Lydia. Michael. Monique. Yes. Laquita.
Yes.
Heather. Chris.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, yes. Pat Walter Johnson.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Ted.
Yes.
Thank you. Christina. Tina. Ria. Deirdre. This is number 4.
Number 4, Pizza Devaya.
Alana. Lena. Solomon.
Yes.
Ooh. Teresa. David.
Fill out your sheets.
Mateen. Veronica. Jordan. Shantae. Francina. No?
No.
Okay, Alex. Okay. All right, that was just number 4. Oh, my Lord. Okay. Holy smoke, they're not playing. I believe it has passed. We have only, I believe, like 2 noes.
3, correct. 3 abstentions, 1 no.
You got 3?
Yeah, I think the abstentions were Jason Caldwell.
3 abstentions, 2 noes, was it?
I only got 1 no.
All right, and then the yes, 30, it was 33, you said? Did we say 30? I'll count it, but it,
Marita said
Don't forget your sheets, please.
but it, obviously it passed because there were more yeses than anything else. Number 5 and 6, we say unanimous consent?
Unanimous consent.
2 extensions.
And who were the 2 for 5 and 6?
Caldwell, Jason.
Hold on. Caldwell. Heather. What was the third one? Deidre? Also, for 5 and 6, Deirdre?
Deirdre abstained.
Well then, okay, I think I got it right. So, all right, I think that's it, everyone.
To adjourn. So move.
Thank you, that was a lot.
9 o'clock on the dot.
The meeting's adjourned at 9:01. 9:01.
Oh, Lord. Where's my sheet? Oh, my God, that was a mess. Well, you know what, because,
You gonna have to help me get ready for this because I was so nervous.
oh, it's okay.
I'm looking at everybody looking at me.
Don't pay them any attention.
I can't. They're looking